Passive voice, past continuous and past perfect, part 1. Do you remember the form of the various tenses in passive voice? 你仲記唔記得被動語態式呢？喺呢兩課，我哋將會重點關注 past continuous 同埋 past perfect tense 使用被動語態。Let's have a revision of the passive voice in different tenses. Present simple tense. The passive voice is formed by the word is, am, or are, plus the past participle of the verb. For example, in active voice we have we clean our classroom every day. In passive voice we have our classroom is cleaned every day. For the past simple tense, the passive voice is formed by the word was or were plus the past participle of the verb. For example, in active voice, we have we cleaned our classroom yesterday. In passive voice, we can say our classroom was cleaned yesterday. In the future simple tense, the passive voice is formed by the word will plus the verb be plus the past participle of the verb. For example, in active voice, we have we will clean our classroom tomorrow. For passive voice, we say our classroom will be cleaned tomorrow. In the present continuous tense, the passive voice is formed by the word is, am, or are, plus the word being, plus the past participle of the verb. For example, in active voice, we have we are cleaning our classroom. In passive voice, we have our classroom is being cleaned. For the past continuous tense, the passive voice is formed by the word was or were, plus the word being, plus the past participle of the verb. For example, in active voice, we have we were cleaning our classroom. In passive voice, we have our classroom was being cleaned. In the present perfect tense, the passive voice is formed by the word have or has added to the word been added to the past participle of the verb. For example, in active voice, we have cleaned our classroom. In passive voice, we have our classroom has been cleaned. For the past perfect tense, the passive voice is formed by the word had plus the word been plus the past participle of the verb. For example, in active voice we say we had cleaned our classroom. In passive voice we say our classroom has been cleaned. The past continuous tense is formed by the words was being plus the past participle of the verb. Look at this sentence. The postman was collecting letters from the post boxes. What is the verb in this sentence? It was collecting. Who or what executes the verb collect? Is it the postman or letters? The answer is the postman. So this is the active voice. Next sentence. The letters were being collected from the post boxes. Question. What was collected? Is the letters. So this is the passive voice. The letters were being collected. More examples. The office assistant was repairing the machine when the fire started. This is active voice. Next, the machine was being repaired by the office assistant when the fire started. This is passive voice. Dinner was being prepared when we got home. This is the passive voice. Here are more examples of the comparison between the active and passive voice. Active voice: I was eating some apples. Passive voice: some apples were being eaten, meaning by me. Active voice: he was throwing a stone. Passive voice: a stone was being thrown by him. Active voice: they were catching the birds. Passive voice: the birds were being caught. Active voice: she was writing a letter. Passive voice: a letter was being written by her. Active voice: we were working the sums. Passive voice: the sums were being worked. Active voice: you were singing a song. Passive voice: a song was being sung. Active voice: Tom was killing the snakes. Passive voice: the snakes were being killed by Tom. Active voice: the woman was feeding the ducks. Passive voice: the ducks were being fed by the woman. Active voice: she was not painting a picture. Passive voice: a picture was not being painted. Active voice: were we working the sums? Passive voice: were the sums being worked? Take a note of the last two examples. A picture was not being painted by her. Note the position of the word not in the sentence. The last example: were the sums being worked by us? Note the position of the word were in the question. Task 1. The following are sentences in active voice. Rewrite them in passive voice. In the last three questions, note the position of the words was and were in the questions. You may stop the video while you do the exercise, and when you've finished, restart the video to display the answers. Here are the answers. Number 1. Active voice: many people were drinking beer that night during the football match. Passive voice: beer was being drunk by many people that night during the football match. Number 2. Active voice: my father was washing the car. Passive voice: the car was being washed by my father. Number 3. Active voice: Farmer Joe was milking the cows. Passive voice: the cows were being milked by Farmer Joe. Number 4. Active voice: she was taking a picture of him. Passive voice: a picture of him was being taken by her. Number 5. I was writing a poem. Passive voice: a poem was being written. Number 6. Active voice: we were not playing football. Passive voice: football was not being played. Number 7. Active voice: he was not wearing a tie. Passive voice: a tie was not being worn. Number 8. Active voice. Was she preparing the party? Passive voice. Was the party being prepared? Number 9. Active voice. Were they talking about the meeting? Passive voice. Was the meeting being talked about? Number 10. Was she watering the flowers? Passive voice. Were the flowers being watered? 留意下第9項係 was 唔係 were， 呢個係符合個主語 the meeting， 而第10呢係 were 唔係 was， 以符合呢個主語 the flowers。Task 2. Fill in the blanks with the correct tense in the passive voice. Once again, stop the video while you do the task, and when you're finished, resume play and the answers will be displayed. Here are the answers. Number 1. The firemen arrived when the passengers were being trapped in the lift. Number 2. The little boy was being taken to the hospital when he woke up. Number 3. A lot of roses were being grown in the garden in this season. Number 4. The TV was being repaired at the moment. Number 5. These dolls were being made by bare hands from the wood when you recorded the art program. Number 6. A battery was being charged by him. Number 7. His car was being driven by him to his office. Number 8. A problem was being faced by him. Number 9. I was being given an apple by him. Number 10. A lion in the forest was being killed by him. Task 3. Change the following sentences into passive voice. Once again, stop the video while you do the exercise, and when you're finished, resume play and the answers will be displayed. Here are the answers. Number 1. Active voice. He was managing his office. Passive voice. His office was being managed by him. Number 2. Active voice. He was murdering his father. Passive voice. His father was being murdered by him. Number 3. He was reading a poem. Passive voice. A poem was being read by him. Number 4. He was reading a story. Passive voice. A story was being read by him. Number 5. He was signing the check. Passive voice. The check was being signed by him. Number 6. He was simplifying the problem. Passive voice. The problem was being simplified by him. Number 7. He was smoking a cigarette. Passive voice. A cigarette was being smoked by him. Number 8. I was manufacturing tire. Passive voice. Tire was being manufactured by me. Number 9. I was reading a novel of R.K.L. Passive voice. A novel of R.K.L. was being read by me. Number 10. I was drawing a bird. Passive voice. A bird was being drawn by me. Task 4. Change the following into active voice. Once again, stop the video while you complete the task, and when you're finished, resume play to display the answers. Here are the answers. Number 1, passive voice. A television made in Japan was being seen by me. Active voice. I was seeing a television made in Japan. Number 2, passive voice. He was being sent to school by me. Active voice. I was sending him to school. Number 3, a letter was being typewritten by me. Active voice. I was typewriting a letter. Number 4, passive voice. A story was being written by me. Active voice. I was writing a story. Number 5, passive voice. A poem was being written by them. Active voice. They were writing a poem. Number 6, I was being given a notebook by Mary. Active voice. Mary was giving me a notebook. Number 7, the ball was being thrown by her. Active voice. She was throwing the ball. Number 8, he was being summoned by the judge. Active voice. The judge was summoning him. Number 9, passive voice. Money was being collected by them. Active voice. They were collecting money. Number 10, passive voice. A picture was being drawn by the girl. Active voice. The girl was drawing a picture. Exercise. Complete the following by filling in the blanks. Once again, stop the video while you do the exercise, and when you're done, resume play to display the answers. Here are the answers to the exercise. This is the end of the lesson. Goodbye.